Alright, so what is going on, everybody? My name is Joel, aka Orb, and I know we haven't uploaded a vlog in a while, as far as I remember, but we're gonna get better with that. I got a vlogging camera, a new one, Canon G7X Mark II, coming in either today or tomorrow, so hopefully that should be good. You know, the DSLR works for here, for home, but when you're out and about, I feel like a compact camera is better. Nonetheless, guys, I don't know if you can see this thing over here. What is that? We're gonna find out. MSI sent me a package, and they haven't told me what it is. But it's a fairly big package, okay? It's a fairly big package. I lied, I totally know what it is. But you guys don't know. Let's open up this bad boy and let's see what's inside. All right, I have to set you guys up over there because the box is too big. I can't hold one hand recording and then one opening the box. So here we go, guys. Oh my god, it's a lot bigger than I thought. But oh, of course the box is big as well. There you have it, guys. This is what they call a case mod. Alright, so the case mod obviously looks beautiful. We have a 1080, we have the new 7th generation Intel, what is it called? The Kaby Lake CPU. We have the Kaby Lake as well. We have so many things with this case mod. It looks beautiful. It's probably going to run amazing. So for you guys, I don't usually do this, but we're gonna run a few benchmarks to see how the case mod performs. And after that, we're gonna jump probably in and just check an FPS and use a couple of games and maybe even playing one. I'm thinking we should play H1Z1. So if you guys are excited to do this, I'm down to do this, so let's do this. So the benchmark software that I decided to use was the Unigine Valley Benchmark 1.0. Once again, I don't really do benchmarks too often, or actually at all. I usually just check in game, but for the people that do care about this stuff, I figured I'd throw it in there. So for FPS, we had 111.2. We had a score of 4,651. We had a minimum FPS of 46.8, and look at this, we had a maximum FPS leveling out at 217.8. Now that's a whole lot of frames for maximum settings in this benchmark. So the only thing I really reacted on the stuff you see here, and once I actually fired up the rig, was that Windows 8 for some reason was the OS they were using on this, pre-built, obviously, pre-installed. I don't really know why, but hey, I still feel like the benchmark did really well. Obviously, once again, we're using the i7-77K CPU, the Kaby Lake, the new generation, 7th generation Intel CPU. 420 gigahertz, we had a GTX 1080, we had 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM, so we have a whole lot of power in this one rig. So now the standardized benchmark is over. Now let's jump into some games and see what kind of frames we can get. So with this in-game benchmark test, we are going to start with Overwatch, and in Overwatch, in training area, I had between 100 and 120 frames on epic settings, which means max settings. I had all the settings cranked up to max, and we were rocking steadily over 100 the whole way through. I'm starting to feel the power of the 1080 just a little bit. So going from Overwatch, we're going to jump over to CSGO. And in this one, I think I might have picked a bad map for this, because I remember back in the day when the new Nuke released and everybody complained that the FPS was really low on this map in particular, and I might have just picked Nuke for this test. But if that is still the case, if FPS is kind of lower on Nuke than usual, then you should see that over, you know, between 200 and 300 frames all the way through on Nuke is pretty damn good. And of course, if I look straight down on the ground, we're looking at 400 plus frames, which obviously that is to be expected since there's not so much to render. But the thing to note here is that with 200 to 300 frames, you are going to be just fine in terms of having a competitive edge. Now, the third game on the list is H1Z1, and this game was flawlessly throughout. This is one of those games that you demand and you require all the possible frames that you can get. If you get a stutter in the wrong aim duel, you will be dead, since H1Z1 it's a very unforgiving game. Like, you can always die to 2 shots, one to knock off your helmet, one to kill you with a headshot. So you don't need any stutters. The smoother the experience, the better. And obviously, I'm rocking a G-Sync monitor with 144 Hz, and that is just a beauty on this. Even comparing this to my normal rig, I still feel like the picture is a lot more smoother on this rig than it is on my own. Obviously, on my own, I have a 1070, not quite a 1080. But the best way to show you guys how well I actually did in H1 is to actually show you. So I didn't have a microphone at the time, so we're gonna put on some epic music and just let you guys enjoy the gameplay and check out H1Z1 on a 1080. So there you have it, my friends, alright? You buy this rig, you will win all the H1Z1 games guaranteed. You want to get to royalty rank, the highest rank in H1Z1, you probably should get one of these. All jokes aside, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Thank you to MSI for sending me this. Obviously, I don't get to keep it. That is kind of the sad news about this whole operation, is that I don't get to keep this. I have to actually send it back. It's really beautiful to look at, but always when it's like an open case like this, I always feel like I'm gonna, I don't know, I don't have long hair, but I feel like long hair is gonna come into the fans. I don't know where the long, I guess Michelle has long hair. I don't know, I just feel like it's too exposed for me. But yes, thank you to MSI for sponsoring this video and just, I don't know, letting us check out some of the new gear. I want a 1080, I want a Cable Lake, but it might not be in the cards right now, hopefully in the near future though, because it's nice running a game like H1Z1, which is really kind of demanding on your system, and it's a game where you need the frames. If you lack the frames, you're always at a disadvantage. And you know, that goes for all the main shooters out there. If you have good frames, high frames, you have a higher likelihood to kill people because the picture will be smoother, you'll see him quicker, and all that jazz, alright? So, once again, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Check out the link in the info tab below. It should be something with MSI where you can either buy their gear or something like that. I'm assuming they're gonna have some type of link for me to put in the info tab. So check that out. It should be at the top or as close to the top as possible. And that's it. All right. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Rate, comment, do your thing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later. Bye-bye.